Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Now with the Great Millstone El Paso Borderland Saints. Welcome to another video. And as always, before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kwadash. Also, I'd like to give double honors to the head apostles and elder bishops who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all sincere Akim. Keep teaching, keep preaching, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether they hear or whether they forbear. All right, now this afternoon, we'll be taking our lesson from Isaiah, the 41st chapter. We'll start there prayerfully. As always, I like to pray and ask the Lord to speak with you. So hopefully this lesson will be a blessing to you. All right, and it says in chapter 41, keep silence before me, O hour, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near and let them speak. Let us come near together to judgment. Who raised up the righteous man from the east, called him to his foot, gave the nations before him, and made him rule over kings. He gave them as the dust to his sword, and as driven stubble to his bow. He pursued them and passed safely, even by the way that he had not gone with his feet. Who have wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning? I, the Lord, the first, and with the last, I am he. All right. So the Lord is speaking there to Israel, all right, about how he's bringing them about, you see, and how he rules over kings and nations and all of that, and how he's brought some of them to the sword and driven stubble to his bow. So he's burned some of these nations down, you see, when they didn't do what he told them to do. And vice versa, when Israel didn't do what they were supposed to do, he's punished Israel. All right. So the Lord is a just God, you see. But he's chosen Israel to be his chosen people. All right. But there's a requirement there with that. The requirement is that we serve him. All right. And that's what we want to get busy doing, serving the Lord. All right. Let's make sure that we're doing that. And then it says, the owl saw it and feared. The ends of the earth were afraid, drew near and came. They helped every one his neighbor, and everyone said to his brother, be of good courage. So the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, he that smote it with the hammer, him that smote the anvil, saying, it is ready for the soldering, and he fasteneth it with nails that it should not be moved. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. So the Lord said, but you're special in my eyes, Israel. And I've chosen you. All right. I've chosen your seed line, the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then it goes on to say, thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, thou art my servant. I have chosen thee and not cast thee away. So the Lord said, I haven't cast you away. I remember my promises to Abraham. So the Lord is giving good tidings to Israel of his restoration to them. But there's a requirement for us to do. The requirement is that we be holy. All right, that's the requirement. That's what the Lord is looking for, that we be holy and that we be righteous and that we serve him all the days of our lives. Okay, so that's what the Lord is looking for us to do. Then it says, thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, thou art my servant. I have chosen thee and not cast thee away. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. See? So he's our power. The Lord is our power. And I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So the Lord said, I'm going to uphold you with the right hand of my righteousness. I've chosen to do good to you, even though you sinned against me and did wickedly and served other gods. But the Lord said, I'm going to restore you to your first estate, and I'm going to put you back in your lands, you see. So that's what the Lord is looking to do, is to put us back into our land that he had promised to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's seed line. Okay. And then it says, behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Just the Lord saying, all that come against you are going to perish. Okay, so Esau coming against you, you see. Babylon, Assyria came against you. Persia and the Medes, they came against you. Greece has come against you, you see. The Romans, they have come against you. You see, all these other nations have come against you. The Lord say they shall perish. All right. See, because they walked on you like you were dirt on the ground, you see. Taking your lands, taking your gold, your silver, taking everything from you and made you a hissing when they would walk by and hiss at you, you see. Because that's what these snakes do, you see. They're devils, they're wicked. And they've caused you not to even know who you are. But the Lord say, I will bring some trouble your way, and you remember who you are, you see. So that's what the Lord has done. He's brought affliction on us, you see. And through that affliction, we call on him. We remember who he is, and he remembers us, you see, when we call upon him. And then we remember who we are, because we're going to this book that he gave us to start reading, to seek the Lord when that affliction comes. And that's been our case. And then it says, thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing and as a thing of naught. So the Lord said, I'm going to wipe them out, you know, and just get rid of them altogether, you see. And that's what the Lord has purposed to do in these last days. All right. So the Lord is not a man that he would lie, but he's long suffering, you see, and willing that no man would perish. All right. And then it says, for I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. So the Lord said, don't fear anything. No matter what you're going through, you know, they might, give you some dirty looks, all right, mock you, and all of that, you see, and speak evil of you because they don't understand these holy scriptures in the first place, you see, because the Lord hasn't chosen for them to understand it. All right, they hung up on their money, their looks, that pride, you know, that wealth, and all of that. You see, the color of their skin, and all of that. You see, they hung up on being wicked, being thoughts and drug dealers, and doing illegal things, changing the laws, and all of that, you know, and pretty much doing what they want to do while casting you down. You see, and getting rich off of you, and then they want you to accept that and say the Lord's going to bless them in that. See, but the Lord say, I've chosen you. You didn't choose me, I chose you to be a special people to me, to be my wife, all right? All right, and then it says, fear not thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. So the Lord said, you've been nothing, you see. The Lord called Jacob a worm. Pretty much that's how we've been living, you see, in a low estate, you see. Men walk past worms, you see. Walk right on like they don't see them. And that's how you've been treated throughout this period where the Lord punished you for your iniquities. And then it says, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. So whatever problems that you're having in your lives, the Lord said, I'm going to make you a sharp instrument, and you're going to dash those stones into chaff. All right. And thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. So the Lord said, I'm going to fan them. See, and we've been seeing that with the Lord bringing fires here on the United States and Israel. They're trying to put fires out and can't, because the angel of the Lord fanned the flames, see, and making them stubble out there, you see. And then it goes on to say, when the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, the Lord, will hear them. I, the God of Israel, will not forsake them. So the Lord said, I'm not going to forsake you. I'm going to take care of you. You're going to have clothes to wear. You're going to have food. You're going to have shoes on your feet. You see, all of that, the Lord will take care of you, even in famine. You see, while everybody else is suffering, the Lord will take care of you, because that's what he promised to do for the righteous, okay? And his word will not go out void. And then it goes on to say in the 18th verse, I will open rivers in high places and fountains in the midst of the valleys, and I will make the wilderness a pool of water and the dry land springs of water. So the Lord said, I'm going to do miracles in your time. And you're going to know that I'm the Lord. See, you're not going to see your way, but your way will be prepared for you. All right. That's the beauty of how the Lord does things, how he takes care of his people. You see, those whom he loves and those that he has chosen. And you'll see the other folks out there falling by the wayside. While the Lord make your path straight, you see, their paths will be crooked. All right. And it says, and I will plant in the wilderness the cedar tree, and the myrtle, and the oil tree. I will set in the desert the fir tree, and the pine, and the box tree together. So the Lord said, you have food on those trees, you see. Everything you need, it'll be there. All right. That they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of the Lord hath done this, and the Holy One of Israel have created it. So the Lord's able to do everything. All right. He did that for Israel when they were out there being chased, and Pharaoh was out there trying to destroy them. He fed them manna from heaven, you see. Brought water out of the rocks for his people, you see. He spread the water so they could walk through the ocean, you see, to get away from Pharaoh. And when Pharaoh came behind them, he brought the waters back on them and drowned their whole army out there, you see. And the Lord, he'll do the same thing for you today. Our God's hand is not short. And it's a reason why we should serve him and praise his holy name. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah, Quadash. That's the reason why we call on that name. See, what a beautiful name. A name of holiness and righteousness. So the Lord said unto Israel in the 21st verse, produce your cause, saith the Lord, bring forth your strong reasons, saith the King of Jacob. See, that's who the promise is given to, the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let them bring them forth and show us what should happen. Let them show the former things what they be, that we may consider them and know the latter end of them, or declare us things for to come. So just like the Lord delivered Israel in Pharaoh's day, he's going to do the same thing today for those of us who serve him. Okay. See, but we gotta step away from what the devil is doing and get off his field out there, because you can't be on his field, you see, without the Lord. See, you need the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, see, all of that. Put on the whole armor of God, you see, then you may be able to withstand the wiles of the devil, see. So how do we do that? We study, read, learn, and do his will, you see. We fear the Lord. We depart from evil. All right, that's, we study these Holy Scriptures and have good knowledge of it. And that's how we know when the Lord is dealing with us. You see, when we come into the knowledge of what the Lord wants us to do, we learn what his name is, you see. We learn that we are of the tabernacle of David, and we sing that song of Moses and the song of Yahushua. The Lord write his words into our hearts, into our minds, you see. All of that, that's how we know when the Lord is dealing with us, you see. That's how gracious the Lord is when he's chosen you, see. And it says in the 23rd verse, show the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that ye are gods. Yea, do good or do evil, that we may be dismayed and behold it together. So the Lord give us some wisdom, see. That we fell by the wayside, we learn not to fall by the wayside again. All right. We plant our seeds, we plant our seeds by the rivers of water, you see, so that they can spring forth and grow, you see. That's what the Lord is looking for us to do, to grow in faith. All right. Have patience. Because the Lord said, consider all these things what I've done aforetime. Because I'm not a dead God. I'll do the same thing for you if you serve me. And it says, behold, ye are of nothing, and your work of naught. An abomination is he that chooseth you. Okay. I've raised up one from the north, and he shall come from the rising of the sun. Shall he call upon my name, and he shall come upon princes as upon the mortar, and as the potter treadeth clay. You see, that's what the Lord said. All right. Who have declared from the beginning that we may know, and before time that we may say he is righteous. Yea, there is none that showeth. Yea, there is none that declareth. Yea, there is none that heareth your words. The first shall say to Zion, behold, behold them, and I will give to Jerusalem one that bringeth good tidings. For I beheld, and there was no man even among them, and there was no counselor that, when I asked of them, could answer a word. Behold, they are all vanity, their works of nothing. Their molten images are wind and confusion. So the Lord say to these folks, these other nations, they are nothing before the Lord. You see, you've been chosen as a royal priesthood. You see, they are nothing. So let's take that in consideration and live for the Lord. Let's do his work. Let's do his will. Be mindful, okay, to exercise patience and have joy in the Lord. All right. Let's take on the whole armor of God, and let's be fully spiritual in how we live. Not serving the flesh, but serving the spirit that the Lord has put into our hearts and minds, that we may be able to do his will. Now you all beg the Lord for his spirit And the Lord, he'll do just that. He'll give you his spirit. All right. He loves when you call upon his name. So let's call upon his name. And we're going to practice it right now. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right. That's the Father and the Son. All right. Our power. Okay. The God of Israel. All right. Now we're going to wrap up our lesson there. And again, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. All right, we're going to stop our lesson there. Hopefully you enjoyed this lesson. And be of good cheer, because your final restoration is near. All right, and the Lord's he's going to bring this thing about. It's happening all right on schedule, you see, if you studied the history of what the Lord is doing and how he's blessing us. All right, where the world is toe up, we have a comforter. And we're looking forward to where the Lord is going to put us in our own land. All right. We'll stop there. You all be blessed. All right. And may the Lord be with you is my prayer. Okay. Stay in prayer one for another. Exhort one another to keep the faith. All right. Be holy, the Lord said. 1 Peter 1:16. Be holy, for I am holy. So let's do the Lord's will there, and the Lord will give you the greater blessing. Shalom and a Baba Ball.